What's poppin', y'all? It's your boy Slim with PickupTheSticks Gaming, back with another video. And today, Xbox went ahead and had their showcase. They went ahead and showed us all the first party and third party games we're gonna be getting for 2023. They did show off a few games we weren't expecting, and they showed off a lot of new gameplay of games we were expecting. So overall, it was a pretty good showcase. So strap in, I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all my review of my favorite games from the showcase, and let's get it. Yeah! So Payday is basically a heist game. I know it was developed by EA. It looks like they may have some new developers, but this new Payday, it kind of looks like an older game. It kind of looks like they developed the game on an older engine. The graphics, they aren't that impressive, so it's looking like it's more of a lower budget game. But at the same time, that might be good for this type of game because it's more of an online co-op type game where you're doing heists and you're trying to pull out bank robberies. But Payday 3 is coming day one in Game Pass, so that's going to be one for you to look out for, and it'll be a good game to play with friends. But that's Payday 3. Avowed looks pretty good. The graphics look like an updated Skyrim to me. You know, Obsidian kind of has that, but there's the style with their games. They did develop Fallout at one point, but the graphics look pretty good, and the gameplay does look pretty fluid. It looks like it's gonna be an interesting game, similar to Skyrim. If you're interested in those type games, it's an RPG type game where you make your decisions. It looks like it's more focused on magic though versus Skyrim. So I really don't know a lot about the Pillars of Eternity universe. I'm sure a lot of you guys have played the games in the past, so you know more about this than I do. But that's Avowed. It looks like a good game. It looks like it's gonna be coming in 2024. So next up, they showed gameplay for Hellblade 2, Senua Saga. So the only gameplay they really showed for Hellblade was they showed Senua walking into a room and the room kind of spinning and her talking. The video was more like cinematic gameplay. They didn't really show as much as I would have liked. But Xbox does have the extended showcase, and they did say that they're gonna be showing more gameplay for Hellblade. So hopefully at that extended showcase, they'll show us some combat gameplay for Hellblade, but the game still looks pretty good. So the next interesting game I saw was Forza Motorsport. So Forza looks great. Next generation, probably the best looking racing game we've seen so far. The graphics look great. They were showing off some gameplay of the new Cadillac that's coming out. They showed off a lot of gameplay for Forza, a lot of in-game gameplay, and they showed off that the game is gonna be coming out in October. So it's gonna be another heavy hitter that's gonna be coming to Xbox for this year in 2023. I was kind of upset that Microsoft didn't announce more games. A lot of third-party games are gonna be releasing on Xbox this year. I didn't really account for it, but as far as Forza looks great. It's gonna be a great game. I can't wait to play it, and it's gonna be coming in October. So the next game is 33 Immortals. So the biggest thing that caught my eye about this game is that it has 33-player co-op. Something I've probably never seen before in a game like this. The game looks a lot like Hades, which was a great game. I did actually beat that game. I really like roguelike type games, and I'm hoping that this is a roguelike. They say you do a lot of raids in here, so hopefully, you know, you can upgrade your gear and stuff like that. But the show is more of an over-the-top type gameplay, and it looks a lot like Hades, one of those type games. So it's gonna be another game. It's coming day one in Game Pass. It's gonna be coming out in 2024, but that's it for 33 Immortals. So the next game I put on the list is Towerborn. Towerborn is a co-op adventure game, and I like the route they've taken with Xbox with having a lot of these games be co-op. Like I said, I like a lot of multiplayer games, and with so many people having Game Pass, this is the perfect type of game for Game Pass. You know, they're catering to the audience where these games have a lot of these games have multiplayer. And it's gonna be perfect to give the Game Pass audiences new experiences. So Towerborn kind of looks like that Ninja Turtle game that released recently. Kind of like the 4-player pick a character, and each character has different skills and stuff like that. You can upgrade your character. So we're gonna get more information on that, and it's gonna be releasing in 2024. Day one in Game Pass. So we have a game from inXile called Clockwork Revolution coming as well. It's like a steampunk first-person shooter game. They kind of steampunk art style, they kind of Bioshock art style. I actually thought it was a Bioshock remake or something like that, but it's a new IP from inXile, and it's gonna be coming day one to Game Pass as well. So if you're interested in these style games, I'll definitely check out that trailer for Clockwork Revolution. We got the big dog. We finally got Fable. We got some good gameplay of the game. Game's looking good. Up to date, next gen version of Fable, and I can't wait to play it, man. And it looks like it's actually gonna be a reboot, like I was hoping, instead of it being Fable 4. So they're gonna be rebooting the Fable franchise, and it's gonna be better than ever. So it's gonna be coming out, it looks like, in 2024, and man, 2024 is gonna be a big year for Xbox. We're gonna get a lot of good games, and Fable was gonna be one of them. So it was good to see some gameplay of Fable finally. And it's good to see we're gonna be getting it soon in 2024. They also announced a new Star Wars game called Star Wars Outlaws. It looks like it's gonna be an open world game coming from Ubisoft. And this game actually looks better than Jedi Survivor. They have a female protagonist and she has like this little creature with her, and the game looks like it's gonna be pretty good. It looks like this game is gonna be focused more on shooting than using lightsabers, and it's gonna be open world, so it's gonna be pretty dope to go ahead and check this out. This game is gonna be releasing in 2024. They're gonna be having some more information at the Ubisoft show tomorrow, so we can go ahead and check that out tomorrow. Maybe they'll show us some more gameplay of the Star Wars Outlaws. So the next game they showed was Flight Sim 2024. And I have to say, this is probably the best looking game they showed at the show. It looks like they're gonna be releasing a new version of Flight Sim for 2024. And with this one, it's gonna be built from the ground up for the next generation. The last one was probably one of the best looking games last gen, but you can kind of tell it was a last gen game. But this one, you can really tell they put in the next gen work for it. The game looks photorealistic in some points, and you can do a lot more with this game. A lot of people use Flight Sim for aviation, learning aviation, and a lot of people got their pilot's license from playing the game. So I'm definitely gonna be checking this out just off the graphics alone. Looks like it's gonna be a beautiful, an amazing game, and I definitely can't wait for Flight Sim 2024. So the next game I'm excited for is South of Midnight. So this game kind of reminds me of home. I'm from Louisiana, and this game definitely has like the down south bayou vibes. Looks like they're in the bayou right now, and she's searching for some type of creature. This guy, he playing the blues or whatever, but the art style of the game kind of looks like a modern Tim Burton style. The creatures look, you know, kind of like wooden. I can't really explain the art style, but the art style looks dope, you know, and the characters look cultured, and the character models look great. They say this is in-engine gameplay, so I can't wait for this to kind of see, you know, what the combat is gonna look like, and you know what the game's gonna be about. And it's just dope to see a game. You usually don't see too many games in the bayou in New Orleans and Louisiana, so it's good to see they have a game from Louisiana here. That is the South of Midnight. It's gonna be coming day one to Game Pass. All right, so for the big dog of the show, they finally showed off Starfield. We finally got some good gameplay, a good breakdown of the game, what we can expect from the game, and we finally know what Starfield is gonna be. My biggest thing with Starfield was how are they gonna go ahead and make these worlds? So it looks like what they did was whenever you land on the world, certain parts of the world are already generated, but as you explore and move around, the world generates itself. So everybody's gonna have a different experience with Starfield. So when you land on one world, the AI is gonna generate different terrain and different artifacts and stuff like that on your world versus other people's world. It may be like a snow world, but you know, you may have a mountain that your friend may not see. Your friend may see that mountain in another area, things like that. So each world's gonna have like a set amount of buildings and things for you to find on that world, but it's gonna show up in different spots for each player. So it's gonna be like, if you play the game twice, it's gonna be a brand new experience, kind of, you know, because the stuff you got in the first playthrough, it won't show up the same way in the second playthrough. It's kind of like a more detailed procedural generation. Instead of them generating a full world when you land, you're gonna generate the world as you go. So that's a dope formula if you really think about it. I don't think no other game has thought of that formula, and I think it's definitely gonna take Starfield to the next level and be probably one of the biggest games we ever seen in the world. Another thing about Starfield is you can switch between first and third person view. So that's one of the big things I'm excited for. You know, you can play the game from first person or you can play it third person, and I'm gonna go ahead and just check it out in third person, just to kind of play it a little bit different, you know, from usually what Bethesda has, which is first person. So Starfield is gonna be coming out in September. So we're gonna get more information on that at the extended showcase as well. But that's it for my showcase review. It was a good showcase overall. I was expecting them to have at least one other big name other than Starfield and Forza coming in 2023. But we do have a lot of third-party games coming, so I can't really complain about them announcing another first-party game, especially with Starfield. So Starfield is probably gonna last you 2 or 3 months itself, and then we're gonna get Forza and then the third-party game. So we're gonna be good to go. So shout out to Xbox for the good showcase. I get a showcase overall probably like an 8.5, 9 out of 10. You know, it was a good showcase. They showed a lot of good games coming out. They showed a lot of gameplay for the games they've already announced. And they didn't have a lot of cinematics. They didn't show any movie reviews. So it was overall a great showcase. But that's it for my showcase review of the Xbox 2023 showcase. So if you liked the video, go ahead and hit that like button. If you like the content, go ahead and subscribe. And leave me a comment on how you felt about the showcase and what was your favorite game at the showcase. But that's it for today's video. Y'all have a good one. Peace.